Welcome to the McAfee Taft webinar series. The topic for this webinar, Introduction to eDiscovery and Information Management. This presentation will provide an overview of core eDiscovery activities, the most common types of electronically stored content, the manageable cost and risk of accumulating obsolete records, the federal rules of civil procedure as it pertains to electronic information and discovery in litigation, and the mechanics of eDiscovery planning. Our presenter is McAfee Taft trial lawyer Drew Webb. As part of his litigation practice, Drew advises clients on records and information management issues, including retention and destruction, pre-litigation eDiscovery planning and compliance, and case-specific eDiscovery issues. So, with that introduction, I now turn it over to you, Drew.
Thank you, Brad. From a 30,000-foot perspective, eDiscovery activities break down into really two categories. First, there are prospective actions that you can do to reduce your risk later and to reduce your costs if you become involved in litigation. And then there are reactive activities that you do once a lawsuit breaks out. And one important thing is that a lot of these prospective activities become hamstrung after litigation breaks out. And so you have some real advantages you can gain by looking at this ahead of time and taking some actions prospectively. We're talking about electronically stored content, which appears in many forms in company records. The most critical, usually from a litigation perspective, are email and text messages. But we also have content that appears in calendars, Word documents, spreadsheets, image documents, which are more like pictures, essentially pictures of documents, photographs. We have videos, we have voicemail, and many other forms that might be specific to a particular company. We've seen a rapid expansion in the amount of data that is accumulated in companies' archives. Now we commonly see laptop devices that will have a 250 gig hard drive or up to a terabyte or more, 2 or 3 terabyte drive on a laptop. And of course, our central servers have far greater capability. And just to give you a perspective on how much information is involved there, a gigabyte, just 1 gigabyte is 65,000 pages of Word documents. You can see 100,000 pages of email, and so forth. Personally, in the last few large lawsuits I've had, we've had at least 100,000 emails on each side to look through. And so you can imagine the expense that's involved in that. So to the extent that we can reduce the amount of information that's in our archives, that's available for discovery, and that will have to be processed in the event of a lawsuit, there's a real prospect for savings there.